Good evening, everybody. So, first test of the new build. We're nowhere near ready yet to go live, but this is our first test. Yeah, as I said. Some of it will be flying around the map because I need a record of what's not working. Some of it will be running around. It works. There we are, loading. Good, good, good. There'll be more loot around than there should be because it's not fully balanced yet. We're getting there. I don't need my marks. That's me. I know where I am. I need to push for one of the traders. Tool trader. Meat trader. Either or. I need to see whether a gun spawns in correctly. But I need to run there to give the game a chance to generate the file. We might give ourselves a map though. Testing. Object spawner. Map. On self. Cube. We're there. Get rid of our mark we had. There we go. Need to go there. Need to first of all go. Honest about this, I need to get water and loot. We'll go there to start with. Gives me this symbol. Come on, there you go. Right, let's go get some loot, water, hopefully some food. So we've still got sleep mod. We can still see inside our rucksacks now, but there's a reason for it. We're moving to the rearmed base building mod, which means you have to the mod has to have access to your rucksack to be able to access the stuff in there that you're building with. And that's fine. Good news, zombies are spawning in. Pallets. At the moment we don't have make rags by putting them up your hands, do we? Seeds not needed. Pistol. I'll take the pistol. bandage problem. I said it is a server test, so... But I'll still play it as if I'm playing. I'll get a feel then. Is that a working car? It is. That needs to be removed. Not good. That shouldn't have spawned. Get 9 milli. No, can't rip it up. That's good. I'll have to add in ripping it up though. Wood fiber helmet's good. Come on, Mr. Zombie. Fine. So, I might be making notes as I go along. But my first thing I need to make a note on is, let's move my zap. Not all cars completed. And what type of car was it spawning in? It's a Volga. That's fine. Easy. It's easily dealt with, but I've been building the server all day. Police jacket, that's excellent. Take that off, put that on. Put that with us. Get a spare knife, we can turn it into rope. And no ammo, excellent. Screwdriver we'll have. Running out of storage space already. 2-2. Really good with a piece of rope. And another knife. Oh well. So the server will all be about nails now, because if we're because we're using the rearmed server pack or rearmed base building mod, you need nails, not to build with, but to keep your base alive. But today's run is more to do with me finding problems with the server, things that I'm not spotting when I'm typing, because I'm typing all the code on my own. And the best way to solve it is to have a run around sometimes. Water going up, so we find another knife, that would be useful. The mag would be useful as well, let's be honest. I mean, we might give players a piece of rope to allow that beginning thing to happen. That'll do. Let's do the right thing. Put that there. Comes primary. That becomes there. That up. We need food quite desperately. Normal Goblin server. So we need to make a piece of rope. Okay, so no, I've kept spark plugged in. We need generators. All right. We're using different mod packs this time than last time. Ruger 2.2, that's fine. Getting a health bar on things. Oh, I would do, wouldn't I? Okay, that makes sense. There's a reason for that. Do have rearmed. Okay, that's fine. We can live with that. So, our next objective. That one. Realistically, this town here. That well there. That way. Searching the town. Now we've got another knife. Cut things up. Safer. Put that piece of rope together. There. Don't need to sort that car out. You know that. In that one. And a Ruger with ammo. I'll take that. I don't mind old ruin cars spawning in because that feels in keeping with what I'm trying to do on the server. So my idea is that a server should be set 10, 11 years after the outbreak, so all the good stuff's gone. Living off the land, basically. So fishing, hunting, shooting, growing vegetables on this server once it's up and running. Beekeeping. And the traders will buy honey off you. So you'll make money by producing honey, basically. That's your way of producing high value money. Will take. Right then, what we've got there, 9mm and 9mm. 7.62, so certainly. Good. Push on. If it starts to rain, like it's now getting a little bit horrible weather, let's because we are testing, let's sort that out. So it's day's fine. Let's get rid of the overcast, get rid of the wind, the fog. Right. So it's a lovely day for just testing this on. Forms to be getting on this. And if we're about to die, I'll probably give myself food and water so we can keep searching, seeing what's spawning in. That's fine. Ah, first thing's best. So, searching a chicken house. Nothing in that one. The search option works, which is good. Lots of matches, we want that. We've got a 2-2 rifle, haven't we? I'm a pistol, we've got that, we need that, we need that. We need everything we've got. That sounds about right. Okay, so what do we need least? 9mm. Lots of matches we need. Fine. Still a zombie. Food. They shouldn't be. There should be very minimal food. But there should be a chance of some, just very low. We need to do a bit of editing on the zombies. For the food types that they're spawning in with when they do. Food should spawn on events, though. Needed, but not now. Need to find some more clothing so we can make a piece of rope. Then we can go fishing. Go. Now we need enough to make a pair of gloves. That knife. Damage. Hey, that would have been nice. Case. With. So the aim of this run is to get to Trader, check something, and then get to the other one of the other areas that I need to check something in. Because it wasn't spawning in when I did the run across, so I've had to resave the files. It might be my own fault, I'm putting too much data into the editor, and I need to split things down. But I won't know that until I've tested it. Split that one. Could then make us our gloves. And wrappings, there we go. Wagwam, fellow streamer. Hi, welcome. Doing a server test, my own server, and I'm way away from it going live. But I need to run around and just check if some of the stuff's working. I only started building it today. Thank you, it's all massively appreciated. Oh, time to get a bit of rucksack. Hopefully. There we go. For that. Oh. So as I said, I'm just testing the server more than anything. Where's that other little bugger? Oh, up there. Yeah, that's DayZ for you, isn't it? Very DayZ. Oh, a water bottle. I'll have that. So I've been building stuff in editor, traders. And I'm making my way to the trader. I tend to make harder servers, as in a lack of food, forcing people to hunt, fish, grow vegetables to survive. Matches we've got, and I'm just, sometimes you can sit in the code and you don't get enough idea of how it's actually spawning on the ground. So what I do is I do a run occasionally like this, where what I'm actually doing is I'm seeing how it really looks and works, and also seeing how easy it is for me to die. Fairly easy at the moment. This is one of my traders down here, and I want to know whether... actually at the moment we need food more than we need that. Where's our nearest water source? We've got everything we need now, so let's go to that. So when you sit in the code, you go, right, then I want 25 boxes of matches on the server. That feels like a lot, but I need to run around to find out if it's too much or not enough. So we spawn people in with a fishing hook and a half-empty stomach. So people have to make rope. What's the map? It's Chimisi. So, and I don't spawn people in with a map, though I've given myself a map. So I have a trader up here I've built, a trader here, a trader here. I've finished a wall along there. I've built a wall that's up here. This is rebuilt. I might eventually redo that part and get that part of the map finished myself. It's there to be finished, but I built a wall in at the moment here. But I'm, at a rough guess, I'm about 2 weeks away from the server coming out. But it's a, so my server when it goes live is a maximum of 30 people. Solo server. We're going to be using rearmed base building mod. As I said, we have no food. Well, very limited food spawning. You can get tins of food and things on events, so heli crashes and such like. Solo base building, raiding. Maximum 5 code locks per person. My traders trade in nails. So rather than use currency, they use nails. None of the traders are safe zones. Different traders buy and sell different goods. It's up to you to try and work out which. When I'm testing, one will say meat, one will say weapons, one will say something else. When I go live, they'll just say trader. And players are going to have to move between the traders themselves and work it out. Yeah. I'm an evil goblin. I like building slightly harder maps. Not impossible, but slightly harder. Right. We shall now... And I do, I mean, at the moment I haven't enabled them, so I need to get other things sorted first. But I have things like zombies that blow up when you kill them. Those suicide zombies. We can get some fish caught and cooked, will be a fine. Get myself a little worm. We could just cheat because I'm testing, but it's nice to know what players will have to go through and if it's too easy or too hard yet. That's ruined, that's fine. I also have things like realistic inventory, so t-shirts don't have any slots on them. Get ourselves a fish. And it will be a PvP map. If I don't do pure PvE. It'll PvP survival. That's Mr. Fish. Now what we're throwing away, the Ruger is about as much use as nothing. Let's go find a house. Get some cooking done. And when it goes live, the zombies stay vanilla, but I increase the animals. If you're going to take food away, you have to still give people the ability of catching food or killing it. We're also going to have beekeeping on here, so players will be able to eat bees to make honey, to either use themselves or sell to the traders. So when you build your base, people are going to have to think about that sort of shit. Now I need to find a bush. We need a bush. Plenty of trees. But I really like this map. It feels very real. Not too big. Just right for a small pop server. And by having it as solo, it means whenever you can play with teams, but we don't have any armbands in, we have no identification of your head, we have no groups. So if you do play as teams, you have to find out, get good communication between you. What's that in there at the moment? Take that in my hand. Be a cooker in here, shouldn't there? Yep. But this is my first run after working on it all day. So I'm making notes. One of the things I do is I delete all cars from the server. At the end of the world, cars probably would have been driven off as soon as the outbreak happened. Airdrops are coming in. Excellent. They're working. Nowhere near in a fit state to do an airdrop. That's that sorted. Up there. 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 Water bottle we will need to pour away. I'm a nasty goblin and there's a fair chance the water's bad for me. But we've done that in 29 minutes. We've got to the point of being able to cook food, which is about what I wanted. And now we're overheating, which is perfect. Again, what I wanted. you. Thank you. Right, move on. So, next stage is the trader itself, realistically. I need to see whether it's working correctly. And at the moment it says tool trader, it won't be. When it goes live, they'll just, each of them will say trader. Or trader south, trader north, trader middle. So players will have to work it out by moving between traders. And we'll probably have all... So rather than just have all tools being sold on one trader will sell some of the tools, one trader will sell and buy some of the others. Traders don't tend to buy much. They sell you items. They'll buy high value weapons off you. They'll buy meat off you, but wolf meat, bear meat, stuff that's harder to kill. They'll sell you things like a map or a pot. They won't sell food. There's no need to sell nails because you get... The trader works with nails. It's really useful. My favourite thing that I've managed to get working was, and it's such a simple thing, changing the currency to nails. Do you buy that weapon, or do you save up your nails because you need to build a base or storage, or do you keep the weapon that you've got because you need the weapon over the storage? It's choices. I love forcing players to make choices. So it's my first custom trader. It's not 100% where I want it, but a few more things I need to do on it yet. This field needs to have a bit more put in it. But we're seeing whether something spawns. I put an M4 on the ground fully kitted, and I want to know if it spawns in as something that can be picked up, because if it can, after each server restart it will respawn, which means that I can place items in certain areas. It would be really useful. No, it didn't, but we are getting loot in here, and that's probably more useful. That's only just started working today. Loot spawns on buildings. Don't know why the M4 didn't work, but loot is spawning, which is good. Right, and push down to the trader. Check that he's spawning in. Oh, we're on high tide, which won't help. And so that ship's going to be sunk by the time I finished. Not tonight, but one of the things I need to do. More loot, excellent. And the trader's working. So you can buy 50 nails to buy you stuff from him. We need to get rid of those, they're not needed in here now. I can sell him a screwdriver for 5 nails. But I'm happy that loot's spawning inside the buildings. That's a really big change. Which will make my life a lot easier. It means that when I make military camps, I can have loot spawn in them. It's excellent. That's working. So I need to jump somewhere using admin tools and test something else. So let's pretend that we have a rundown here. Thank you. So I've blocked off this area, and I want to see whether certain areas are working correctly or not, and I don't think they are, but we won't know till we try. So this is me I hate maps that you can see an area that you can't go to because the game doesn't want you to play out there, but you can see it. So I built a big fucking rock face and a few things dotted along it, or just started to build things along it to make it a bit more custom. So where roads terminate in nowhere, I'm building things on those roads to make it feel a bit more lived in. So the map here, normally the road terminates up here, and I've built the rocks out as if there's some sort of military installation here. Stuck in some BMPs. Built a tunnel entrance that you can't get in. Good. Bit of weaponry spawning in. Helmet. Excellent. Hand grenade. It feels like that goes underground. We know it doesn't. We know it just terminates there. But it feels like it. And then the guard force would live in here. Guard the place. We've also done fun things like barbed wire cuts you. Now this was the problem. Yeah, it still is. So on the editor, that gap's covered. But for some reason, it's not as part of the build. So I need to get that sorted. I'm not sure why yet, but it'll be sortable. Most things are. Just got to check my text message a second. Okay. So then the next bit we built was down here. We're going to see if this works. Again, the bit that I'm worried about won't work, but I'm going to solve that offline. Or I'll solve it on the stream by switching across to editor, building it. So we've got a little military camp here. Hopefully loot spawning in. Yeah, army pouch, good. Well, that no longer works. 12 pounds with some low grade ammo, perfect. We're not in a high tier area, so I'm happy with that. UMP, it's not a bad find. Don't take the silencer off it. Pair of boots. At least my players that come this direction will be able to get loot out of it. Also means that any work we do makes sense. So we got these step ladder, this ladder I put in. You've got the castle there, you've got a barracks back there. Let's see if we get any loot inside the castle. Yeah, hunter jacket. No trader in this one. Rifle slugs. Remington 700, that's not a bad find, is it? 308 rifle. We're happy with that. Back here we've got a well. And we've got a barracks that's been built into the rock face. So I've got to block off that because obviously you can see that. You shouldn't be able to see that. But I'll probably block, because it's not spawning in correctly, I'll probably just put a big wall across here so you can't see the window. The way around the problem. Down to the bunker. And that really is in the wrong place, but that's fine. Something can be dealt with. Rubbish on there, that's good. So that's that place working with loot. So next, let's go to the next trader. We're just going to fly there using God mode. So we are testing. Gatehouse. We got any loot in here now? Is that working correctly? Yep, getting loot in here. It's good. We've got a well here. Get the loot on it. Perfect. Up the underground, any loot there. Traders inside here. Always some loot that you can pick up. Excellent. Need to swing that trader round. So I need south trader. Making notes. Trader. Direction. Alright, that's that sorted. Let's see if there's any loot in the back building. There's not, but we can live with that. Question is, would players take the risk? If they do, it ain't going to go well. Perfect. So what I need to do is build something between those two towers. Towers. Connection. Top. Good. That's that sorted. Respawn. What we'll do is when I finish testing the last trader, we'll switch across to DayZ editor builder. We'll have a little play and see if we can get some of these things fixed, and then we'll come back in and check that they're fixed. So we're testing, apply, I'll do bang, map north. Yeah. Let's see if this is working correctly now. Does a Livonia tower give loot? Yep, jungle boots, excellent. this gives anything. Army pouch, perfect. Magazines, good. Okay, into the trader. Well, probably get rid of the wrench, but can be used to get nails on it. Jungle hat. Not bad. Trader's in there. Hunter jacket. Ammunition spawn. And this trader will buy weapons off you. A reasonable price. That's alright at the moment. They will become different, the traders, when I'm finished. That's okay. So that works. Let's jump across to DayZ editor and we'll see if we can fix some of those problems. Exit out of here. I then go exit out of there. Second. After it's finished crashing on me. Then we load a DayZ. Run editor. Do a bit of work on the back end. Heart attack on DayZ at the moment. It does. Okay. DayZ, there we go. Now I'm going to load editor, and then what I'm going to do from editor is we'll see if we can fix the problems. And then we'll come in and test those fixes. Mods. Load all. DayZ editor loader. DayZ editor we want. Load selected mods and choosy. Let's see, there we go. Now we'll play that. See if we can fix these issues. So now it's loading into editor, what I use to edit the map. And we will open up the map we're working on. And then we'll open up then the file that I'm using. So it put the M4 in there, but it's not spawning it in the world. I thought it would. So the fact that it doesn't matter though, because it's giving me loot. That's fine. So there's nothing wrong with this trader. Control Shift U. Nothing needs to be fixed here. But what we did want to do was do something with this ship. Let's see if we can find it easily. There it is. Right click. These. Let's. sink it into the ground a bit. Let's make it... Let's have it crashed into something. I didn't know I could do this before, so it's a whole new world for me. Okay. Better. Like that. So it does mean we can start to tip buildings over. Oh, so much fun. Right then, so next we need to go down south, don't we? See if we can build a connection between those 2 points. It is spawning in loot up there. There needs to be a way of people getting there. Otherwise people are going to die a lot. So I reckon the easy way would be a way across. There's no way down on that one. So if we twist that one around, like that one. Okay. What's on that? Down. Okay. That will twist it round. Okay, so if we bring it up, find the entrance. There's the entrance. Twist it round a little bit more. Up, come down here. That. And we'll drop it. No. That. That will allow people to get in here. Still, is it? Nice gap down there for people to get stuck in. Excellent. That will allow people to get into this part if they wish to loot it. That's perfect. We do need to, at some point, to move her around slightly. That's done in a different program, so I'm happy with that. So let's get over now to the other bit we had to fix. So we go past this one, and then there's a gap. We don't know why there's a gap. There's not a gap in editor. Ah, there's a gap there. It doesn't like those bits of rock then. That's the problem. So let's solve that a different way. Let's get rid of that piece there. That one there. There. That one there. 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 And let's re-plug that gap. More. Far too small. That should solve that problem. Now, for whatever reason, this piece has come over too far. I've got to find that piece there. There we go. Now we'll right click these. Take it out that way. That should help. That out. Now, does that work better? So you come into the entrance. Downstairs here. Still got that piece. It's not happy with. Does not like that big piece there, but we can solve that. Doesn't like. Okay. We'll live with it being there because finding it without destroying it will be a nightmare. But we should be able to upstairs in there block off that there, which then solves that problem, doesn't it? No. There is a downstairs we need to block as well. So we need to block the downstairs room and the upstairs room. Okay. So we'll use a wall for that. Use a castle wall. Might have what we need. Yeah. We come outside, up. We want to block off the windows that we can see in and out of. I want something that's flat. Doesn't have a way to look through. I wonder how that it doesn't is the answer. That's got rid of that big block there that we were working on. That's annoying. Save now before we do something stupid. Okay. So let's some of these other ones. Let's try and solve it once and for all. Get rid of that one. That one. That one. This side I don't really need to block off if I need to get rid of that one. Wherever that one's hidden to. That is. Bring that up a second. That's that one. Delete that. Delete that. 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 Wall. Delete that. I'm going to build this slightly differently now. Now we can build things better. Keep that big piece in. No, that. I've got better ideas of what to do now. Now I've learned how to do something new, basically. We can turn things on their side, so we can cover up this ground far better than I thought. Leave that. Get rid of that one. Wesley General. I'm good, thank you. How are you? We're doing a bit of editing and then testing. So I think if we put a wall down here and across there so you can't see out, and then reverse walls so they're flat, and we can cover up this we can cover up the fake model, and then we can cover up the outside with rocks to make it look a bit more like it should be there. Because obviously if we want to have the bunker underneath, we need to have the double building, and then we need to build a way up to it. But I think we can do that. Well, back find out. So we're going to put in. So we started off with a server test, and then things that were broken, I've switched across to now start working on them. So if I reckon if I put in something like, where's a flat? It's something like that way round there. That should block off that nicely. And that stops people looking out into the area you can't get into. And then the same downstairs, that solves that problem. Looking out of that window is not an issue because the view is, we block off that gap, is down there. So that's fine. So let's get another wall in. Something like that. Just. So the view they get will be straight down. It's all right. But it stops them seeing where the map isn't. And we'll do the same over this side. So we're blocking off people's view, basically. And get that lined up better. And it feels like something military's been built in the old castle then. And we can stick in just one more piece at this end. Just to lock it into there. So that blocks people's view. So that was the first thing we had to do. Let's save that. Now we need to change how they look at this terrain. Now I think I know how to cheat to do it. Think. It's a big learning experience using this. So we're going to put in a wall, but we're going to turn it. So we're going to right click on that and properties it. Then we're going to spin it on its axes. Then we're going to sink it. Get it right up to the edge. Put it so it sits at the right angle. That's the aim. And looks like a floor. That's my way of thinking. Might not work, but we'll see. We won't know till we try. We're going to turn it till it's 90 degrees. No, damn it. And we're going to bring it up slightly. I'll have to take it around, up. See, it does sort of look like wall. If we put some clutter down, covering up the windows, it looks like potential that it has been manufactured. Paving slabs. And then we can hide everything else in the rocks. As long as you can still have access to what you need to have access to. So up to there, I can put anything I like in, and it doesn't block off where people go. Probably the same on there. That will work. So let's take it forward slightly. That one, not that one, that one. Do it that way? We can. Up and down. So if we go underneath, check I'm not blocking anything, then I can hide what's missing. And now I need to put a piece down and put the well in afterwards. Easy. So now I need to do the same down here. And the same there, doesn't matter so much. The same sort of thing. Right up to the edge. So we're going to get rid of some of the other stuff we've been building. We'll put it back in afterwards. Now I know how to do more. Okay, let me get rid of that piece as well. Because now we can cover up the floor. It's massive. We're going to do the same thing again, basically. So it's castle wall 20. I'm going to put it there. Put it around actually that way. No, we'll put it that way. Right up next to there. I'm going to turn its axes. Go just 90, will it let me? It will, perfect. And then that's fine that way. Bring it to there, and then we'll drop it. Doing that. So that covers up the floor. I know we've still got to cover up the windows, you can see, but that's easily done. Now we're just going to cover up the front piece, and suddenly it will look like a courtyard, whatever we give them the viewing of. And underneath, that shouldn't make any difference. Is that door okay? That's not blocking there. It's not blocking there. That's fine. So now we come from this side and do the same thing again against that wall, and that will cover up that. And then we can start to cover up the little windows using other bric-a-brac. So same thing again. That's somewhere like that. And we're going to swing that on its axis again. Done. We're going to lower it into the ground. Perfect. I'm going to move it up there. And we're going to slide it under those steps. The edge of there. Okay. That's so much better. And we know we're cheating. We know we're using a different way of manipulating the ground. Clever. I'm happy with that. So now it shouldn't block off anything. No, because everything's fine in here. So now we can put other buildings next to it. We build the earth up, then we can cover things. So if we go barracks, yeah, and grab one of the barracks. So if we grab that one, spin that round, put the entrance on that side, I'm going to put it there. Bring that up. Take it back so it's against that wall. Drop down to make sure it's lined up in the ground as we can. Four, 2, 3. Oh, that works. And that will then spawn loot. I know it's a bit, that's fine. Still doable. Save that. I'll open. Well, spawning in everything. That's covered up nicely, stuff there. Brilliant. Now, let's see if we can get something up front. And then I'll use rocks to cover up the rest of the terrain. And then we'll build a way of getting up to the top. If we have the L shape. If we have the L shape somewhere like we don't need it. Nice idea. Can we put something smaller in there? Have you got anything small that's too big? That might work. Bring that up. Take it away a little bit, and up a little bit. Get it sort of right using other tools. Okay, so you can't, if you do that, we can't access that building, so that wouldn't work. So let's now cover up the gaps using rocks. So yeah, so let's go rocks. I want big stuff that I can sink in. Put that somewhere like that. Lower it. Make sure there's a bit of a gap down there. Get that next to it. There we go. Spin that axis a little bit. That should do it. Still got gap down there, as you see where it was built. That's fine. And then that covers up the underneath on that side. We've got to do the same on this side. Similar thing, not the same, but similar. There we go. That's not big enough, really. So let's go for one of the big ones again. Something like that. That. Place that there. Take it back a bit, it's not a problem. And we can sink that down. And then push it out that way. Sort of a way in there. Enough to take cover into someone's coming in at the same time as you and you want to have a shootout. Oh, we've lost that piece because I deleted them. They were both selected at the same time. Okay, that's life. We'll save now before we do something stupid. So the last piece was build rock waller 1, build rock waller 1. We'll swing that way. Piece 2 then. Looks different at least. Push it back to there. Bring it on the axis a little bit. So there, properties. Go. Swing it that way. Not like you can really look out of those windows, and if we stop people getting round that corner, that's enough that they can dive around the corner if they need to. That's fine. That doesn't really matter because people only go in there and loot it and get out. So now I need to block off this area and form some way of getting up. But that shouldn't be too difficult to do. So if I take something like here. Something like that in. And then lower it. Starting to cover things up now. See what we're doing? We're covering. We're hiding the work we've done. Gap down there. Works. Get down there. That's fine. So, still got to work our way up to it and cover up some of these holes, these windows, but that's easy. Use bits of dirt for that. And a well for one of them. So, what next? You suddenly see how one person doing this, that's learning as he goes along, how difficult this is. Not difficult, how time consuming. Too small. Want something. Don't have a lot of choice of rocks, that's the trouble. Already done that one way round, so we're going to swing it the other way round if we get a better coverage. Take that down. Happy with that. I know we still need to make a way of getting up there, but that's... we can sort that out in a second. Now we need to cover up these little holes. So I want maybe dirt. We've got anything that's dirt. If we got anything that's a crop we can use. Dirt path. Oh, we've got little piles of dirt. Okay. Take that high, bring it across, down, and we can make sure we're not selecting anything else. Right click on that, properties. Now we can drop that. Just spin it. Good. we are. Empty on that. One to cover there. That's about it. So if we turn that one into the well. Then take it outside so we can see it. Take it up. Take it across. Down. On well. Loving my manipulation now of this software. Now we need to get a way up. So, steps. No. Stairs. There we go. Stairs. See what stairs we've got to work with. Will it work? Properties on that. Now, if we make that 1.5, take that up one. Now we bring it down manually. Go to glitch that into the top perfectly. Probably the best we're going to get. Does it work at the bottom? It does. That solves that problem. Save. That now covers the way up. We still got to cover up the end of this road though. So we still have to make this something military here. Or something different. What are we going to do? I don't know yet, is the answer. I have no idea. Guardhouse would fit there perfectly. Another barrack building down here, couldn't we? Because barracks buildings work well. Big gap. Barrack building. We get the L shape in there. Something like that. L shape's too big for that space. So let's go single barracks there. It's that one. That will work better. Around to the entrances that way. Yep. Have that. My light there at a rough angle. That sort of work. Does fine. Now I need a barrack. Need the guardhouse. Yard, I'm guessing. Large guardhouse. No. One with a gate. There we go, because that's a gate that needs opening. So if we have that somewhere like, which way is it? That has to be the other way round, because otherwise they could get into the gatehouse. Okay. Delete that. Gatehouse has to be this way round. Set it there. That's fine. There's a back way out of the gatehouse, which we then need to cover with a wall. So we need to put a wall around there. We know that. And we need to put something down there that covers up that and stops people getting in and out that way. And probably put a BMP inside as a bit of ground loop, so it looks like it was used, or a wreck of a helicopter. Work. I don't think we have any ZSUs, do we? Unfortunately. Because then I'd put a downed aircraft and an anti-aircraft gun here. Wall. Let's go for prison wall. We've got prison wall. It's massive. Ah, no. Look at that. So that. There. Do we have something that swings that round at an angle? No, but if we take that to there. Perfect, it works. We bring that one up. Will that be then too high? Oh, no, that's perfect. We should be able to take that up manually. Those last couple of steps. Go. Off that side nicely. He's shouting the potential here for something, isn't it? That's the interior of the prison. Brilliant. All the windows. Who'd have thought? Lining that up must be a nightmare. And underground prison. Oh, that's good. You can build bunkers underground. Okay. That, if I swing that, can I do something with that? That is the question. No, not really. It's not. We're not flat enough here to make use of that. Shame, because okay. So we'll go for the wall. So we know what we're doing with the wall. Want things to work. So I want things to look differently, but I'm working with minimal stuff. Where are we? Wall small, wasn't it? Prison wall small. If we take that out of there and actually bring it straight that angle more. Could be able to bring it there. Or, actually, we swing it this way. Yeah, better idea. Let's delete that. Prison wall small. Right next to there. And then we swing an angled piece down here. And then we cover up that gap using rock. We can then turn this into a car park. Something like that. You put guardhouse into the corner. The tall ones, if they got it. There we go. Somewhere like that. That'll do. Nicely exposed when you run up. Perfect. Do I have one of the... No. So if we now get the BMP. Make a... on them. They were taken out. And heli crash. So we've got a heli. What do you reckon? Heli army, heli. No. I think it's called wreck. Land wreck vehicles. Oh, use AZ land wreck. What land? Ooh, what's that? Nothing I haven't seen before. T130. Yeah, one of these crashed. That'll give off smoke then. We like that. Depending on which way the wind's blowing, that gives people a little bit of cover, doesn't it? Yeah, save on that. So now what we're going to do is upload this bit to the server and the bit that generates loot from here, and we're going to see if it works. So we're going to export it now. I'm going to export the map groups to map groups. Export. Okay. And I'm going to save the edited file. That's right. And we're going to come out of this. Okay. Now I'm going to go into the back end of the server. Stop the server. Go into DayZ editor. DayZ editor, editor files, because that's where it loads the stuff in without the loot forms. So I'm going to delete my master file from there. And then I'm going to take the new one from documents, DayZ editor, traders. The new one's in there. Refresh that. That's fine. Now I'm going to go into, because that's the new map groups file. So multiplayer, Map groups. Map group pos. Map groups position. And I'm going to delete out the stuff that I put in before, which was 319 lines of code. And now I'm going to open up the new one. Sorry you can't see this, but there's a lot of it that's behind passwords as well, which is now less code. Okay, but it would be. I'm going to take that lot in. Copy that. And put that in. That should now have the new stuff in. Hopefully. We shall see. Save and exit on that. Come out of that. Now I'm going to restart the server. I'm going to wipe the loop to start with. Get it to regenerate loot files. Now we're starting the server again. And then we'll load the server up to see if it's worked. Wait for the server to come back up. I'm going to join on the server. Need my password. We'll be joining back onto the server to see whether this has happened, whether this has worked or not. We need to check three things, don't we? We need to check the castle, whether there's a way in. We need to check whether the barrel has gone. And we need to check whether that base is now working correctly. Okay, so we're going to go back into God mode. Up stuff there. Like that. I'm going to jump up to the north to start with. See whether that's worked. That's just one barrel that we took out, so that's simple. Loot's still spawning. Might not have done because we loaded in quite close. We didn't run in conventionally. Oh no! So loot is loading up here. Good. Can't help yourself, can you? Picking up a rifle. You're a DayZ player. You know that's working. Now the barrel should have been deleted from here. It has, so that's working. That's good. That's still working. and the trader still doing their tradery bit. Yeah. And there's ammunition on here. If people come up here, there's bits and pieces lying around for them to acquire. If they want to. That's perfect. I've not put anything in the rules about stealing from traders, because traders are dangerous areas. Okay, so we know that works. So now we need to go and see whether the ship is doing what it should do by turning on its side. Yeah, the ship has crashed now, so it's sunk. Looks far better. Got a bit of loot in there. Good. What's that? Oh, a Mosey. Compensator. That's better. So the other bit sunk and washed away somewhere. So we know that works. So now we need to go to the bottom of the map and check that we can get into the new bit that we built. As you'll notice, because all my traders are black markets as such, none of them are safe. Anyone that's moving in on these routes is so exposed. You've still got the first tower to go in if you wish to, but now you've got access to the second tower as well. Its own level of loot. Can't get any higher than that, can you? It's alright if you can't. Loot will spawn in here. I might have to play with that. Some point, won't be tonight. Need to get that unclipped. So if we move up here and we get any closer now. No. That's fine. It's tempting to make a really exposed route. Goes around the top of there. Get to the top. Put a loot place up there for stuff. Guardhouse on the top. Okay, so we're happy with that. So one final thing to do. Jump across and see whether our new barracks has worked. So we're going to put ourselves about, usually flips about there. Okay. Forward. This one's still working, still got the BMPs. Oh, there's a fire coming out of that one. Perfect. You wanted. That'll draw people to go and have a look. Means I could build a volcano. Now that's working on that side. Is it working if we go past it? Is it still blocked, or is it still... Yeah, it does not like that bit of land, does it? Does not like that piece there at all. Gonna have to work out how to solve that. But I can't have that exposed. Don't yet know how to do it. We'll work it out. And these walls are working better. If you're coming in here in the real world with a weapon, you're nicely exposed. Bit of loot in here, loot spawning in, that's good. Down there, into the barracks. Rucksack if you need one. Bit of ammo. AK, good. This is a good area for loot now. Spare frag. 9mm. Couple of old BMPs that have been shot down. Hopefully there's no loot on that because it's not an event spawn. Oh, there is. Now that might be a problem. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I want people to get this geared up here. I don't know. Because of the limited storage we give people, they're not going to be able to carry it out very easily. And this works. Some gaps there, but we can live with that. Into here. A knife. I need to work on the helicopter, so we might put the helicopter underground so the loot doesn't show up, and then have something else on top that's burning. Or put the helicopter on top of the building so you can't get OP'd with the loot. Fine. Still getting to the back here. For nothing. Good. Push into here. Yeah, can't see out there, so you can't see what isn't there. Brilliant. Downstairs. That's just blocked off. I don't mind that. It's just what it is. We'll live with it. Upstairs. And then right up to the top. And withdraw. Well. And you can be shot from over there as you're extracting. Decide to stupidly go up here. Bit of loot. They glitch in a little bit, but I can live with that. I'd say apart from the helicopter, which needs a bit of work, maybe putting on top of the building. Apart from that, that's really working well. Just got to get next door to it working well. I don't know how to do that yet. We might bring the wall along and swing it back in again. If it comes along this here and then swings back in, so this all becomes rock. Get around it. But happy with that as a military camp. And I'll end the stream there, guys. been 2 hours. We've built a camp. Need a bit of work to be done on it still, but we're getting there. The server is getting to where I want it to be. I will see you for the next one. Thank you for bearing with me.